Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A mobile home fire in Ephrata killed 2 women late Wednesday night. The Eastmont School District will pay $90,000 to the family of a disabled student who filed a discrimination lawsuit against them last March. Our sunny skies will turn cloudy tomorrow afternoon with rain showers possible Saturday night and Sunday morning. Your local weather forecast is coming up. The Eastmont bond is barely under the 60% supermajority it needs to pass. The latest numbers released just before 11:30 a.m. today show 59.49% of voters approve the measure. The current yes votes are 4,553 alongside the 3,100 no votes. The percentage of voter approval has been on an incline since election night, rising from the initial 58.83%. The Douglas County Auditor's Office shows 50 ballots left, though not every ballot may go towards the Eastmont bond, and he says the next ballot count will be on Friday, February 23rd. Wenatchee Police Chief Steve Crown and members of his command staff spoke Thursday with the Wenatchee City Council, updating them on their initiatives and enforcement data for 2023. Among other figures, Captain Edgar Reinfeld said the most serious crimes held steady or even declined from the previous year.
We have any number of personal crimes we could track. We track 2 general categories in this reporting, and that's assault and domestic violence. Assaults are up. However, assaults are down from 2022 to 2023. If you had looked around June 1st of 2023, assaults were up like 15%. Over the year, they're down almost 6%. It's weird. I can't explain why. The first half of the year, people were grumpy with each other and willing to hit each other, and they weren't later in the year. So that's positive, I suppose. And the domestic violence number is interesting that 2020 and 2023 are exactly the same. There was a spike in 2021 as we did our second year of quarantine-like activity, and it relaxed a little bit in 2022, and then we're right back to where we were before, which is another interesting one because early in the year it looked higher. The bottom 2, pursuits and homicides. Pursuit law is almost impossible to say what these numbers mean because pursuit law has changed year after year after year. So we were back at 3 last year, actual pursuits. A note there, that box indicates there were 20 additional cases of eluding. So basically, we go to stop a car, it takes off, we don't have cause to pursue. We're tracking those as well to say, here's the actual scope of how many people fled from us. The interesting thing in those 20 cases of eluding, at least twice in 2023, officers identified a driver, including some who fled from us as much as 3 or 4 times, track them down at their house, take them into custody, charge them with the eluding, and go about our business without chasing them at the time because we didn't have legal authority to do so. The homicide number with 1, that's our average is 1 to 2 per year. This was a high-profile one down on South Mission by the S-curves, but it was solved within hours and in custody very rapidly within 4 days.
An East Wenatchee woman will serve a work release sentence for embezzling from a Douglas County cannabis enterprise. Joan Van Zitteren was sentenced Wednesday in Douglas County Court after pleading guilty to first-degree theft. Authorities say while the 55-year-old Van Zitteren was working as a bookkeeper for a Bridgeport cannabis retailer in 2019 and 2020, she stole an estimated $34,000 with checks made out to herself. She faces a restitution hearing March 4th when she'll be ordered to repay the money to her victims. A mobile home fire in Ephrata killed 2 women late Wednesday night. The Ephrata Fire Department says it happened in the 500 block of D Street Southeast just before 11:30 p.m. The mobile home was completely engulfed by the time fire crews arrived, and the 2 female residents, both in their 70s, were found deceased. Fire investigators say multiple space heaters appeared to be in use at the mobile home and no functioning smoke detectors inside. The precise cause of the fire is still under investigation. When we come back, the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority is inviting contractors to bid for the Trades District project. We'll tell you more about that. And Chelan County Commissioners came together on Tuesday to offer longtime solid waste program manager Brenda Blanchfield a certificate of appreciation before she retires at the end of this month. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience.
A walk on Wooden Avenue wouldn't be complete without a stop at the Chelan Chamber of Commerce. There you'll find all the information you need about local businesses, events, and activities across the entire Chelan Valley.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
The Eastmont School District will pay $90,000 to the family of a disabled student who filed a discrimination lawsuit against them last March. The lawsuit, filed by Sarah and Andrew Strang, alleged that their 14-year-old son, who has Down syndrome, was discriminated against while at Cascade Elementary School and Sterling Junior High School. The lawsuit says that the segregated educational settings at schools prohibited their son from participating in electives with non-disabled peers, and that he did janitorial work under the guise of vocational training. The order approving the $90,000 settlement was filed in Douglas County Superior Court on February 13th. Additionally, the Eastmont School District is consulting with the University of Washington College of Education Herring Center to address the matters in the complaint. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority is inviting contractors to bid for the Trades District project. The effort will renovate the previous cryptocurrency mining buildings built by the now-defunct company Gigawatt into incubator spaces for budding businesses. The work involves repurposing 12 existing structures into 10 buildings of 21,000 feet total and conducting other site work such as electrical and mechanical work. Contractors who wish to place a bid for the project can do so in person at the port's office. The bidding will close on March 19th, and construction for the project is scheduled to take place April through December of this year. Coming up next, one of the Wenatchee Valley's most visible advocates for people in need is changing jobs. We'll tell you who it is coming up in tonight's feature story. Rain showers in the forecast tomorrow night and Sunday morning, with unseasonably mild weather headed our way next week. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459. Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
In tonight's feature story, one of the Wenatchee Valley's most visible advocates for people in need is changing jobs. Tom Nees, Executive Director of the Community Support Network, Serve Wenatchee, will leave that role to focus full-time on the new Affordable Housing Trust he helped launch. Serve Wenatchee is now on the hunt for a new director. Tom spoke about the change this week with NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz.
Serve Wenatchee Valley, about 4 years ago, started an effort, Common Ground Community Housing Trust. It was an effort to increase our affordable housing inventory in our community. You know, what we saw as an organization is that we're a homeless prevention organization, so keeping families safely in their homes by offering rent assistance, utility assistance. What we saw was the increasing rents, the low inventory, was making the problem significantly more difficult, because where, you know, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, somebody needed rent assistance, but it was because they had a car breakdown and they couldn't pay their rent and their car. So
or
they needed
a medical emergency.
Exactly.
They had
something happened.
Some immediate
some
out-of-pocket
event.
expense that they
Yes.
weren't expecting. Yeah.
Now, what we're seeing is that the need for rent assistance is this month, and it's next month.
It's chronic.
And it's next month. And so it's kind of perpetual, and we know that we need to create an affordable housing inventory in our community. So Serve Wenatchee was the fiscal sponsor for this project. Over the course of the last 3 years, I've served in both roles, getting Common Ground started and continuing to lead and work with Serve Wenatchee in the community to advance that cause. Over the course of the last year, we've now got a project with Common Ground that is working. We've got projects that we're working on in the pipeline, and the workload has dramatically increased. And so, I mentioned just a minute ago that Serve Wenatchee is an adolescent organization at about 22 years old. Common Ground is an infant organization of about 2 years old. And so the need for care and building that to be able to deliver on our commitment to add affordable housing inventory needs my full-time attention. And so I announced to our leadership team in January that I would be making this transition. And so they're actively pursuing the next leader that comes in. And organization is, well established, doing amazing things, has a great support network in this community that believes and understands our mission, and the organization is going to find someone that will be able to step in there and continue to advance that cause and that need.
At that meeting, how do they take the news, your board?
I think they were very affirming of that because Common Ground was at the heart of Serve Wenatchee at its very beginning. And so it was very affirming. I'm still here in town, so I'm going to help with transition even after I step into that full-time role. I want to help with any transition, coming on and introducing the new leader of Serve Wenatchee. They took that news well, and I think they perhaps could see it because they knew and could see my heartbeat for this, and the need for inventory in this community is among the top needs community-wide that we have here. And to do something creative, responsive to that, the timing is now.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one. Boy, wasn't it nice to see all of that sunshine out there today, and it made for just a beautiful shot with those clear skies of our Sky-Fi tower camera up at Lake Wenatchee. And you can see snow-covered cascades from the recent snow that we've picked up over the last couple of days, and just a gorgeous shot from this Friday afternoon. Coming up this weekend, there is a chance, well, there's a good chance we're going to see moisture Saturday night into Sunday, but there is a chance that some of us could see some light snowfall. All of this in the lighter blue color, only about an inch of snow. If we see any snow at all, I'm kind of skeptical that we will here in the Wenatchee area, Moses Lake. I think the best shot would be up in Winthrop, Omak, Twisp area, also Tenasket and maybe farther north if we do see any snow. But as I mentioned, I think it'll be mainly rain that we see later on this weekend. Today's high temperature unofficially 37 degrees. 42 is our normal high for this time of year. How about that day in 1977? 63 degrees our record high. We were at 21 this morning, and that's 7 degrees below where we should be. Made for a little bit slick driving conditions this morning. 14 is our record low, and it wasn't that long ago either, back in 2021. Sunrise this morning, 7:05, and the sun sets this afternoon at 5:26. All right, taking a look as we get you into Saturday at some temperatures. We will slowly warm up. 42 for Moses Lake, lower 40s as well for Quincy and Ephrata, and then mainly upper 40s from Ellensburg into Wenatchee, also Eniat, Chelan and Omak just a touch warmer, but all very consistent between 35 and those low 40s as we kick off our weekend on Saturday. Tonight, we expect mostly clear skies. It will be chilly with those clear skies. Large area of low pressure off the coast will bring us those showers on Saturday night, but not for tonight. Low temperatures tonight, chilly once again in those mid-20s. For Saturday, increasing clouds. Little area of low pressure right here will bring the clouds our direction. Most of the showers, at least during the day, will stay to our south in Oregon, and there's that little chance. Saturday night, about a 30% chance that we'll see some rain showers, upper 30s for highs. By Sunday, here we go in the morning hours. Our best chance for rain will be at least in the weekend on Sunday, and then by afternoon, just a mix of clouds, maybe even some sunshine on Sunday afternoon. Not bad either with high temperatures in those low 40s. For President's Day, this will be, I think, our wettest day. Rain showers statewide, especially from central into eastern Washington. A 60% chance of the wet stuff. The good news, going to stay mild with highs again in those low 40s. And then the warm-up is on. Mostly cloudy on Tuesday. This area of low pressure is actually bringing that warm air into Washington state. We're going to warm up into the mid-40s on Tuesday, and we're going to continue to go up from there, getting you into midweek Wednesday. Not too much happening. A little area of low pressure out in the Pacific, but hardly a cloud in the sky on Wednesday. We'll call it partly cloudy for Wednesday. High temperatures in those mid and upper 40s. And then by the end of our forecast on Thursday, even a little bit warmer. Partly cloudy skies. Just a very quiet weather pattern right now that will be next week over northwest part of the United States. High temperatures on Thursday. Yes, we are going to be flirting with 50 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 24 overnight tonight, Just that slight chance for rain on Saturday, about a 30% chance Saturday night, 38 your high temperature. A little better chance, I think, early Sunday morning, giving way to mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and 41. And then about a 60% chance of rain on Monday, cloudy skies and 42. And look at that beautiful stretch of weather coming up then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Partly cloudy both Wednesday and Thursday, high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
Matty Beniers had a goal, had a couple of assists, and the Seattle Kraken wrap up their East Coast road trip with a nice 4-1 victory over the Boston Bruins in Boston last night. Jordan Eberle, Eli Tavola, and Jared McCann also scored. Joey Decord stopped 36 shots. Highlights.
Tolvanen back to Beniers. Cross ice. Eberle closes and Swayman looked the other way, and Eberle scores on the rebound.
Yeah, it's a fairly quick change to get a different power play unit out there when Boston had a couple of easy clears against the unit that started. Beniers got a little speed coming through the neutral zone. They used that delay on the back pass, and he's able to get that puck wide. And before,
perhaps intentionally so, Marchand, Carlo falls 3-on-1. Tolvanen to Beniers to Tolvanen. Catch an edge in the NHL and expect a golden goal-scoring opportunity.
Throughout the entire game, and it's continued here in the second period, and then this happens. It's a simple, nice little play out high to Carlo, who's moving laterally across.
Wotherspoon to forward. Wotherspoon, a one-timer blocked by Wenberg. Beniers, who has 2 assists, scores! The first 3-point game for Matty Beniers in his home away from home rink. Not far from home.
Well, the Bruins had a nice play coming up the ice. Puck possession. They gained entry, got all 5 guys in the offensive zone. They were looking for a shot on net, and they opted for the one-timer by Wotherspoon, and it gets blocked. And you are taught the minute a shot is blocked, if you see you're going to get possession, you fly.
3-0 Florida with 45 seconds left to play in Buffalo. And the Bruins are gonna fall from first place after a 119-day stay. And empty netter seals their...
Seattle now begins a 6-game homestand Monday afternoon. It's a matinee because of the holiday. The Red Wings will be in town. They'll drop the puck at 12:30. Men's college basketball, everyone a winner. Last night, Graham Ike had 23 points. Gonzaga rolls over Loyola Marymount down in Los Angeles. The final there was 91-74. Miles Rice led all scorers with 25 points. Cougars The men have won 6 in a row now. They beat Cal and Pullman last night, 84-65. Husky backup guard Corin Johnson, 30 points. And the Huskies roll over Stanford and Seattle, 85-65. And Eastern Washington continues its domination of the Big Sky with an 88-82 win over Idaho State. Lady Bulldogs, you can make it 19 straight victories for Gonzaga. They beat St. Mary's, no problems there, 96-68. They'll take on Pacific Saturday at 2 o'clock. Sunnyside took a 16-14 lead in the second quarter, and they never trailed after that. The Eastmont Wildcats, their season comes to an end with a 51-46 loss to Sunnyside in East Wenatchee. Grant Olson and Jackson Dodd had the call.
Top of the key, he shoots. Batted away. But picked up by Snyder. West shoots, and it's good. Splash. Right there for West. That's his first points of the game.
And maybe Jackson, the spark that Eastmont needs.
Snyder, top of the key, goes to the side and finds Schneider. Schneider to West. West goes to Bender. Bender on backside.
Jet Llewellyn.
The second shot will fall into the hands of Ruffins. Ruffins to West. West shoots. Oh, no good. Bender.
3. That's
right
a 3.
There. That's what they want right there.
That cuts the lead to 4 points, 50-46.
5-point game with 18 seconds left. Clock winding down.
Gotta get a shot off.
Gotta get a shot. Llewellyn shoots. Gonna be no good. Falling to the hands. Sanchez. Sanchez passes. Going to Weva. The signs.
That's it.
And that's it. Eastmont 46. Sunnyside 51. As Sunnyside will advance.
To the scoreboard we go at Wenatchee High School. Moses Lake Christian punches their ticket to state. The boys beat Soap Lake. The final there was 78-45. Waterfield Mansfield stays alive with a 5-point victory over Riverside Christian. So Moses Lake Christian moves on to state. Waterville Mansfield will take on Soap Lake tomorrow at 12:30 at the Wenatchee High School gym in a winner to state game. Girls high school basketball scores at Wenatchee High. Waterville Mansfield knocked off Pateras 58-37. It's off to state for the Shocker ladies. Antioch beat Soap Lake. Antioch will take on Pateras at the Wenatchee High School gym at 11 a.m. tomorrow in a winner to state game. There is basketball tonight. Eastmont in Yakima to take on Davis in a winner to state game. Moses Lake will take on West Valley in a loser out game. The loser of the Eastmont-Davis game will take on the winner of the Moses Lake-West Valley game on Saturday for a last chance to state. And Tonasket will take on Reardon in a 2B crossover tonight at 7 o'clock. There's girls basketball on Saturday. And there's your schedule. All of this is winner to state. Medical Lake will be at Rondome Gymnasium in Cashmere tomorrow afternoon at 4. Chelan will be at Lakeside out of 9 Mile Falls at 2 o'clock. Winner to state. Loser is out. More girls high school basketball on Saturday. It's a busy weekend. It is the crossover time at Wenatchee High School gym. Brewster will take on Liberty out of Spangle at 2 o'clock. Okanagan will take on Northwest Christian at 5. Davenport will take on Lake Roosevelt, and Colfax will take on Libertyville. Those games will be in Spokane. All of those games that you see, winner to state. Loser, you're done. Boys high school basketball tonight. Again, District 6 and 7 2B crossovers at the Wenatchee High Gym. Lake Roosevelt will take on Davenport at 6 o'clock. The winner moves on to state. The loser is out. And in West Valley in Spokane, it's Liberty Spangle against Okanagan. 5:30 tip-off tonight. Winner to state. Loser is out. That's today. Tomorrow, another full slate. In District 6 and 7 crossover games, it's Riverside at Quincy at 6 o'clock and Omak at Lakeside in 9 Mile Falls at 4 o'clock. Both of those games, winner to state, loser out. And finally, in high school basketball, District 6 and 7 2B crossover. Brewster against Northwest Christian in Wenatchee High School, and Tonasket will take on Kettle Falls. And then at West Valley in Spokane, it's Liberty Bell and St. George's, and Manson and Colfax. All of those games, winner to state, loser out. And don't forget Wenatchee Wild Hockey tonight. It's Hockey Fights Cancer. The Everett Silvertips are in town. They drop the puck at 7 o'clock. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday. Dan Coons, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a great weekend. For a lot of people, of course, it's going to be a 3-day weekend because it is President's Day on Monday, the third Monday in January. That means, of course, we won't be here. There'll be no show on Monday. We all get the day off. So I'm sorry, I'm being told my IFB, my earpiece. We're working Monday? We are working Monday. Who's? I guess I'll see you Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.